James Weldon Johnson's fourth and last article is about the Haitian people. In 1920, James Weldon Johnson, a distinguished lawyer, diplomat, writer and civil rights activist, went to Haiti to investigate the effects of the American occupation going on since 1915. He wrote 4 articles published in The Nation in August and September 1920. Later reprinted, Johnson made a book out of them under the following title, Self-Determining Haiti. They revealed for the first time to the world the nature of the United States' imperialistic venture in Haiti. Please listen to James Weldon Johnson relating the horror of the American occupation in Haiti in his 4th article.
The first sight of Port-au-Prince is perhaps most startling to the experienced Latin American traveler. Caribbean cities are of the Spanish-American type, buildings square and squat, built generally around a court, with residences and business houses scarcely interdistinguishable. Port-au-Prince is rather a city of the French or Italian Riviera. Across the bay of deepest blue the purple mountains of Gonave loom against the western sky, rivaling the bay's azure depths. Back of the business section, spreading around the bay's great sweep and well into the plain beyond, rise the green hills with their white residences. The residential section spreads over the slopes and into the mountain tiers. High up are the homes of the well-to-do, beautiful villas set in green gardens relieved by the flaming crimson of the poinsettia. Despite the imposing mountains, a man-made edifice dominates the scene. From the center of the city the great Gothic cathedral lifts its spires above the tranquil city. Well paved and clean, the city prolongs the thrill of its first unfolding. Cosmopolitan yet quaint, with an old-world atmosphere yet a charm of its own, one gets throughout the feeling of continental European life. In the hotels and cafes the affairs of the world are heard discussed in several languages. The cuisine and service are not only excellent but inexpensive. At the Café de Rakes, cool and scrupulously clean, dinner from hors d'oeuvre to glacés, with wine, of course, recalling the famous antebellum hostelries of New York and Paris, may be had for 6 gourds, $1.25. A drive of 2 hours around Port-au-Prince, through the newer section of brick and concrete buildings, past the cathedral erected from 1903 to 1912, along the Champ de Mars where the new presidential palace stands, up into the Puy de Choses section where the hundreds of beautiful villas and grounds of the well-to-do are situated, permanently dispels any lingering question that the Haitians have been retrograding during the 116 years of their independence. In the lower city, along the water's edge, around the market and in the Rue Républicaine, is the local color. The long rows of wooden shanties, the curious little booths around the market, filled with jabbering vendors and with scantily clad children, magnificent in body, running in and out, are no less picturesque and no more primitive, no humbler, yet cleaner, than similar quarters in Naples, in Lisbon, in Marseilles, and more justifiable than the great slums of civilization centers, London and New York, which are totally without aesthetic redemption. But it is only the modernists in history who are willing to look at the masses as factors in the life and development of the country, and in its history. For Haitian history, like history the world over, has for the last century been that of cultured and educated groups. To know Haitian life one must have the privilege of being received as a guest in the houses of these latter, and they live in beautiful houses. The majority have been educated in France, they are cultured, brilliant conversationally, and thoroughly enjoy their social life. The women dress well. Many are beautiful and all vivacious and chic. Cultivated people from any part of the world would feel at home in the best Haitian society. If our guest were to enter to the Circle Bellevue, the leading club of Port-au-Prince, he would find the courteous, friendly atmosphere of a men's club, he would hear varying shades of opinion on public questions, and could scarcely fail to be impressed by the thorough knowledge of world affairs possessed by the intelligent Haitian. Nor would his encounters be only with people who have culture and savoir-vivre. He would meet the Haitian intellectuals, poets, essayists, novelists, historians, critics. Take for example such a writer as Fernand Hibert. An English authority says of him, his essays are worthy of the pen of Anatole France or Pierre Lodi. And there is Georges Sylvain, poet and essayist, conferencier at the Sorbonne, where his address was received with acclaim, author of books crowned by the French Academy, and an officer of the Légion d'honneur. Hibbert and Sylvain are only two among a dozen or more contemporary Haitian men of letters whose work may be measured by world standards. Two names that stand out preeminently in Haitian literature are Oswald Durand, the national poet, who died a few years ago, and Damocles Vieux. These people, educated, cultured, and intellectual, are not accidental and sporadic offshoots of the Haitian people. They are the Haitian people, and they are a demonstration of its inherent potentialities. However, Port-au-Prince is not all of Haiti. Other cities are smaller replicas, and fully as interesting are the people of the country districts. Perhaps the deepest impression on the observant visitor is made by the country women. Magnificent as they file along the country roads by scores and by hundreds on their way to the town markets, with white or colored turban heads, gold-looped ringed ears, they stride along straight and lithe, almost haughtily, carrying themselves like so many queens of Sheba. The Haitian country people are kind-hearted, hospitable, and polite, seldom stupid but rather quick-witted and imaginative. Fond of music, with a profound sense of beauty and harmony, they live simply but wholesomely. Their cabins rarely consist of only one room, the humblest having 2 or 3, with a little shed front and back, a front and rear entrance, and plenty of windows. An aesthetic touch is never lacking, a flowering hedge or an arbor with train vines bearing gorgeous colored blossoms. There's no comparison between the neat plastered wall, thatched roof cabin of the Haitian peasant and the traditional log hut of the South or the shanty of the more wretched American suburbs. The most notable feature about the Haitian cabin is its invariable cleanliness. At daylight the country people are up and about, the women begin their sweeping till the earthen or pebble-paved floor of the cabin is clean as can be. Then the yards around the cabin are vigorously attacked. In fact, nowhere in the country districts of Haiti does one find the filth and squalor which may be seen in any backwoods town in our own South. Cleanliness is a habit and a dirty Haitian is a rare exception. The garments even of the men who work on the wharves, mended and patched until little of the original cloth is visible, give evidence of periodical washing. The writer recalls a remark made by Mr. E. P. Pauley, an American, who conducts one of the largest business enterprises in Haiti. He said that the Haitians were an exceptionally clean people, that statistics showed that Haiti imported more soap per capita than any country in the world, and added, they use it, too. 3 of the largest soap manufactories in the United States maintain headquarters at Port-au-Prince. The masses of the Haitian people are splendid material for the building of a nation. They are not lazy, on the contrary, they are industrious and thrifty. Some observers mistakenly confound primitive methods with indolence. Anyone who travels Haitian roads is struck by the hundreds and even thousands of women, boys, and girls filing along mile after mile with their farm and garden produce on their heads or loaded on the backs of animals. With modern facilities, they could market their produce much more efficiently and with far less effort. But lacking them, they are willing to walk and carry. For a woman to walk 5 to 10 miles with a great load of produce on her head which may barely realize her $1 is doubtless primitive, and a wasteful expenditure of energy, but it is not a sign of laziness. Haiti's great handicap has been not that her masses are degraded or lazy or immoral. It is that they are ignorant, due not so much to mental limitations as to enforced illiteracy. There is a specific reason for this. Somehow the French language, in the French-American colonial settlements containing a Negro population, divided itself into 2 branches, French and Creole. This is true of Louisiana, Martinique, Guadeloupe, and also of Haiti. Creole is an Africanized French and must not be thought of as a mere dialect. The French-speaking person cannot understand Creole, excepting a few words, unless he learns it. Creole is a distinct tongue, a graphic and very expressive language. Many of its constructions follow closely the African idioms. For example, in forming the superlative of greatness, one says in Creole, he is great among great men, and a merchant woman, following the native idiom, will say, you do not wish anything beautiful if you do not buy this. The upper Haitian class, approximately 500,000, speak in no French, while the masses, probably more than 2 million, speak only Creole. Haitian Creole is grammatically constructed, but has not to any general extent been reduced to writing. Therefore, these masses have no means of receiving or communicating thoughts through the written word. They have no books to read. They cannot read the newspapers. The children of the masses study French for a few years in school, but it never becomes their everyday language. In order to abolish Haitian illiteracy, Creole must be made a printed as well as a spoken language. The failure to undertake this problem is the worst indictment against the Haitian government. This matter of language proves a handicap to Haiti in another manner. It isolates her from her sister republics. All of the Latin American republics except Brazil speak Spanish and enjoy an intercourse with the outside world denied Haiti. Dramatic and musical companies from Spain, from Mexico, and from the Argentine annually tour all of the Spanish-speaking republics. Haiti is deprived of all such instruction and entertainment from the outside world because it is not profitable for French companies to visit the 3 or 4 French-speaking islands in the Western Hemisphere. Much stress has been laid on the bloody history of Haiti and its numerous revolutions. Haitian history has been all too bloody, but so has that of every other country, and the bloodiness of the Haitian revolutions has of late been unduly magnified. A writer might visit our own country and clip from our daily press accounts of murders, robberies on the principal streets of our larger cities, strike violence, race riots, lynchings, and burnings at the stake of human beings, and write a book to prove that life is absolutely unsafe in the United States. The seriousness of the frequent Latin American revolutions has been greatly overemphasized. The writer has been in the midst of 3 of these revolutions and must confess that the treatment given them on our comic opera stage is very little farther removed from the truth than the treatment which is given in the daily newspapers. Not nearly so bloody as reported, their interference with people not in politics is almost negligible. Nor should it be forgotten that in almost every instance the revolution is due to the plotting of foreigners backed up by their governments. No less an authority than Mr. John H. Allen, Vice President of the National City Bank of New York, writing on Haiti in the May number of the Americas, the National City Bank organ, who says, "It is no secret that the revolutions were financed by foreigners and were profitable speculations." In this matter of change of government by revolution, Haiti must not be compared with the United States or with England, it must be compared with other Latin American republics. When it is compared with our next-door neighbor, Mexico, it will be found that the government of Haiti has been more stable and that the country has experienced less bloodshed and anarchy. And it must never be forgotten that throughout not an American or other foreigner has been killed, injured or, as far as can be ascertained, even molested. In Haiti's 116 years of independence, there have been 25 presidents and 25 different administrations. In Mexico, during its 99 years of independence, there have been 47 rulers and 87 administrations. Graft has been plentiful, shocking at times, but who in America, where the Tammany machines and the municipal rings are notorious, will dare to point the finger of scorn at Haiti in this connection? And this is the people whose inferiority, whose retrogression, whose savagery, is advanced as a justification for intervention, for the ruthless slaughter of 3,000 of its practically defenseless sons, with the death of a score of our own boys, for the utterly selfish exploitation of the country by American big finance, for the destruction of America's most precious heritage, her traditional fair play, her sense of justice, her aid to the oppressed. Inferiority always was the excuse of ruthless imperialism until the Germans invaded Belgium, when it became military necessity. In the case of Haiti there is not the slightest vestige of any of the traditional justifications, unwarranted as these generally are, and no amount of misrepresentation in an era when propaganda and censorship have had their heyday, no amount of slander, even in a country deeply prejudiced where color is involved, will longer serve to obscure to the conscience of America the eternal shame of its last 5 years in Haiti.